Hello everyone, this is the Fat Philosopher here, and I'm here today to do a music review of the Electra Mustaine new song Evergreen that just come out as her debut song. I'm here with my my VMNT hero, and the reason why we're doing this Electra Mustaine is because I'm a big fan of her dad, of course, Dave Mustaine, probably the greatest headbanger of all time, the front man of Megadeth. Just loving everything Mustaine for so many years, of course. So maybe you might ask, why would a 48 guy like me want to review a pop song? A lot of it's just because I've been such a huge follower of her dad for so many years since I was 17, young, and first listened to his music, and following his career, I kind of see what his offspring, what kind of music direction they would go in as well. So I decided to listen to the song Evergreen. And for copyright reasons, I'm not actually playing the song in this video. You can go find it on Spotify. Just put in Electra Mustaine and it'll be the only song right up there. So let's get into it. First, let's go to the style. This is actually a pop song. She's not a metal singer. So if you think of something like Evanescence or Hailstorm's going to be coming out, or she's like a metal front woman, and that's not going to happen here. So that might be a little bit disappointing to some people who like metal. But she's allowed to go in her own direction, right? So let's see. So, let's good luck to her on that, and maybe someday she'll decide to put a little metal into her music. Let's look at the lyrical content of this. This is a pop song. It's a short pop song. It's 2 minutes 32 seconds, so it's like it's a little bit longer than the intro of the Five Magics, So it's like it's kind of over just before you know it, right? So not the longest song, but it actually has quite a deep lyrical content to it. Like she's not just singing about some boyfriend she broke up with or how great her butt looks or something like that. You get in a lot of pop songs. The song's about how she has been struggling to find her own musical voice, and that's how in her own direction. Like she grew up in a very metal family. She kind of apparently tried to do some country music at a time, but now is going to the pop genre. So this song Evergreen is about how she struggled to find her own voice, and it's quite interesting. She does mention her dad here. She mentions, "Daddy doesn't think I'm on top of it. I've got other things to do." So she talks about the pressure she feels. People think that she's unworthy, incompetent. And there's a lot of an attitude people have. If somebody comes from a famous father or mother in the entertainment industry, they think they also got into the entertainment business through them. Like a Will Smith seems to have a lot of problem with that, being her dad being Will Smith, and she's got her. And she can't play guitar. She's only there because of Will Smith, but she seems to have talent as well. And I think Electra, you say the same for Electra here. And the lyrics are quite nice, focusing on that issue of how to find your own voice. The chorus goes like, "Another day, another time, must be my DNA. Everybody get in line, watch as I walk away." And she's showing how she wants to strike out on her own and discover her own voice, which is really cool, I think. The song is called Evergreen, and I'm not sure exactly why they called it Evergreen. And some put in the comments because of the Suez Canal companies, both that got stuck in the Suez Canal is Evergreen. I don't think that's true at all, but she mentions in her lyrics here, let's see, running to be free. Yeah, I think I know what's best for me. Running to be seen as evergreen. So to be seen as evergreen, I guess, might mean to be seen to be always alive, right? Other trees, they wither and die in the winter, come back in spring, but the evergreen's always present and always strong, showing off its green all the time. That might be the lyrics there. Now for the actual music, it's a pop song. I'm not a big pop listener, so actually I asked my daughter what she thought of it. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she's half Japanese. I live in Hiroshima, Japan, and she listens to a lot of female-focused Japanese artists as her main. So I convinced her to listen to this song, and the first 10 seconds she said, "I think I might like this." And then she got into it. near the end of the song, she says, "Yeah, I really like this." So yeah, so my daughter, at least 15-year-old, is now a fan of Electra Mustaine. So that's kind of maybe a generation. I was a fan of Dave Mustaine. Now she'll be a fan of Electra Mustaine, maybe, you know. She's off on a date now, so maybe she comes back to see if she wants to listen to the song again. And if she does, then maybe Electra have my daughter as a fan. And so the music, of course, is a pop. It's catchy. You know, it's a short song, but it's catchy. And you know, I listened to it about a dozen times now just to get a feel of it before I made this review. And it's something, you know, I'd play occasionally. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm not the biggest pop listener. I like things with guitar in it, and but I think it's fine. For her vocals, you know, her vocals actually kind of remind me a little bit of like Dave's. You know, like Dave Mustaine. A lot of people, a lot of, you know, internet idiots like to make fun of Dave's singing, but I've always liked his singing. You know, like when Dave was singing when I was young, it seemed like he was really pissed off at the world. And you know, when I was 17 and my dad left and parents got divorced, I was kind of pissed off at everybody too. So for me, a good singer when I was 18 is how pissed off you sounded. And you know, Hetfield and Mustaine, they all sounded pissed off, whether or not they had the range of, say, a Robert Plant or Dio or something like that. Maybe they didn't have their range, you know. But for me, it seemed to be that aggression was more important. And so I liked Dave's kind of unique kind of snarl to his voice. Mustaine, you know, fill the cracks in with judicial granite type of feel to it. So now I find that a little bit in Electra's voice as well. Like, let's face it, she's not Ariana Grande, she's not Mariah Carey, she's not singing millions of octaves. She's got her own sort of set range, and she's got kind of an accent to her music, I find, but it's very listenable accent, and it's something that I think people would enjoy and get used to very quickly. So you know, like I said, she's if you want somebody with like full octaves, maybe that's not it, but if you want something that has like their own special voice, I think she's got one. You know, I think she could go with this. I hope this song takes off because you know, compared to a lot of pop, it's a lot of meaning to it. It's got a good beat, you know. I think it's got a good meaning to it, and that's the song that, you know, like I think young people, you know, teenagers should hear and consider the meaning of it and actually enjoy. So I hope it does well. I hope it becomes a hit for her and gets her name out there on her own merits. As for the future of her, I hope one person mentioned that they kind of wish that Dave came in with a guitar solo on it somewhere there, and I can see her like maybe not liking that, just to make the song all her own and not to rely on her dad so much. But a part of me kind of agrees with me. You know, this song's 2.5 minutes. You know, it could, and in that time she stops to answer her phone or something like that. So if you can do that, you can throw in a 15-second, 20-second guitar solo from your dad, right? Right? You know, invite the old man on. We want to hear. You know, so you know, see how he interprets his daughter's music and how he interprets a pop solo would be really interesting, I think. You know, I loved when Dave was a guest on Body Count, and that solo was awesome, I think. And you know, I can never get enough of Dave Mustaine music. But of course, you know, he's had a rough year and stuff like that, and I know he's got an own album coming up, so maybe he just didn't have the time this time. But maybe next time around, have your dad come up and grab one of these here and let him play a little bit there and see how he interprets your music as a solo. Anyways, that's all I got to say on the subject. I hope you enjoy the music. Like I say, you can find it on Spotify. It's Electra Mustaine. The song is called Evergreen. And it's recommended by me, and it's recommended by my 15-year-old daughter. So, hey, it must be good. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Salut.